In our last episode, we built this awesome 10 foot by 3 foot weld table from Mayhem Metal Works. Today, we're going to put together the frame fixtures that turn this from a weld table to a frame table. So what I've done is just taken everything out of the shrink wrap, and again, just like with the table, everything comes pretty much pre-assembled. We do have to do a little bit of welding. The plates that bolt to the table that hold the posts that the powder coated neck and axle, or I've got that backwards, the neck and the axle fixtures slide up and down on, that has to be welded together. The red spot or the orange spots that you see on this metal is because I removed the mill scale using muriatic acid, and that was a couple days ago. So the little bit of moisture that was left on it has just caused some surface rust, and that's going to wipe away anyway, so don't fret about that. We have all of our fasteners, we have our steel cleaned up, we have our powder coated and pre-assembled neck and axle fixture. We even have our axle spacers. These will slide into the axle fixture and help center your axle plates that you weld to your frame. We've got our neck holder, and we've got our square tubing for our posts. Now this is a pretty critical part to this. When you weld your posts to those plates, it has to be perfectly straight, it has to be true, it has to be plumb, can't be twisted, you don't want it leaning in any direction, it has to be perfect. You're off on that post. Anything you build off this frame jig setup is going to be off. And you don't want a bike that doesn't track straight. So take the time, square everything up, measure however many times it takes until it is absolutely perfect. I know it looks complicated, but I can assure you it is not. There's probably several ways to do this. This is just the way I chose to do it. So I'm going to double check. And as long as everything checks out, I can go ahead and start tacking. Looks like I need to double check, but we're getting really close. Alright, since we left off, I went ahead and welded the gussets to our neck fixture tube and plate. Now we need to get going on the axle fixture plate and tube. The difference between the two, other than the height difference, is there are no gussets. I'll tack it and then burn it in completely. Our posts welded to the plates with the gussets welded, got everything cleaned up, slid the fixtures down onto the posts and assembled everything, and this is what we've got. So other than them looking amazing, especially the red and black just pops. Let's go over some of the features that you're going to get from these fixtures from Steve at Mayhem Metal Works that you don't get hardly anywhere else. First, the precision at which these are cut, unmatched. Let's start out with the axle plate. They're finished from Mayhem Metal Works. These are powder coated black. I don't see anyone else doing that anywhere. The axle fixture has 3 different sizes of axles that it can facilitate. 3. Both the neck and the axle fixture, you look, there's an extra hole here. That's so that you can facilitate, that's so that they can facilitate 2x3 or 2x4 box tubing. So if whatever reason you want to go with 2x3, you can. Want to go with 2x4? No problem. It'll do it. And here's something that's I just picked up on. When you go to build the rear section of your bike, what you usually do is you take the wheel you want to run with the tire on it, right? And you'll measure from the ground to the center of that axle line. That's where your axle support should be on your axle fixture. Follow me so far? Do you want to be trying to balance this thing and all that and tighten it up and trying to measure the center line of this axle support? No. If you got 3 hands, which I don't, you can do it, but I've got 2. So what Steve's done is he has integrated notches, and they correspond to each one of these slots for the axle supports. You know what your measurement is, right? So we're going to run the middle one. You keep this a little loose. You slide it up and down until it's exactly where it needs to be. You cinch it down. Done. That's the features of just the axle fixture itself. Now there's also a feature built into the base plate. So you're building your bike and you go to set it up and you realize, hey, I need to scoot my axle point forward or backward. You loosen up these shoulder bolts, which act like guide pins and fasteners all at the same time. And you can slide this thing back or forth 2 inches. Now moving on to the neck fixture. Again, same precision cuts, powder coated. You don't have to worry about it. We'll also accept 2x3 or 2x4. There are little notches on the face. That's so you can index your angle. So you want to knock out a few bikes and they all have the same neck angle. You can lock it in. You go by a couple months and you're like, hey, I need to whip another one of those up. Oh, that was 4 notches from the top or whatever it is. Done. It's repeatable. Not to mention the fact that at the center of the neck fixture is a piece of billet. It's not a multi-piece thing that you have to weld together. That could be wavy. It's not real precise. It's billet. It's machined. It's smooth. The only thing on it is the line that matches up with the grooves that are cut into the face of this. It's very strong. It's very tall. So if you wanted to build a bagger frame with a 30-inch wheel, we got you. It's an amazing piece of kit. And even down to the fasteners that bolted on to the table, they're all shoulder bolts. So if there were any slop in the hole to the bolt, like a standard bolt, you could kick it back and forth a little bit and you could set your whole frame to be out of line. With these shoulder bolts, it's almost a machine fit. If you did your part and welded the post on correctly, you can move this anywhere on the table, come back and put it back in the same spot. Because of the tight tolerances of the shoulder bolts and the holes and the plates, it's all going to line up. You cinch it down, it's going to be in the exact same spot it was last time. The forethought that went into these is amazing. I can't say enough about these, and I'll be honest with you guys, this is really just the beginning. Steve and I have been talking about some other stuff, and we want to bring you guys to make it a little bit easier, quicker, and more efficient for you guys. So keep an eye out, and if you want a set of these, even if you need it customized some sort of way, if you would like one of these tables, links below to all of Steve and Mayhem Metal Works stuff, and hit them up. All this stuff should be coming out on his web store soon. I believe the fixtures are. The tables aren't there yet, but be patient. They will be there. If you need one now, email him or call him, and he'll get you squared away. Make sure you tell him Haslip Cycle Works sent you. But that's going to finish up the episode with the neck and axle fixtures. Again, thank you, Steve. Thank you to all the guys at Mayhem Metal Works. These are awesome. I can't wait to be building some sick bikes off of these fixtures of this table. I've got big ideas. We just got to get them done. So if you're digging this, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you're following Haslip Cycle Works on social media, because I'll post some teasers and stuff up there, and some stuff that you may not see in a video for a little while. So if you want to see what we're working on kind of behind the scenes, follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And go follow Steve on Facebook, Mayhem Metal Works. Check out his site. And as we come out with stuff, I will be doing full reviews and build videos if it's necessary for everything that we have. And if you really dig this table and you want to see more about it, then definitely subscribe and stay tuned. I've got a lot of stuff I want to do with this table, some stuff that we want to add to it. There's even some more pieces that Steve sent us, like some fab squares and some stops and everything. We're going to go over those in a separate video. Lots of big things happening. Can't thank Steve and Mayhem Metal Works enough. But that's it for this one, guys. Until next time, get up, get out there, and do it.